blue, but
Okay, going live. Good, and we can end the broadcast later. So I'm gonna make it bigger. You say?
no.
No, that's the wrong one.
Ah,
Should I? Would you like to share the screen? Maybe that's better.
There's not much to share. It's still on a pad, and it's
Well, I
blue.
cannot
So.
make it bigger than this.
Yeah, but it's still in a non-photo blue pencil, so it's
Oh yeah,
probably not going to
no
show
wonder.
up.
No wonder.
so you're building a character.
It's
Yeah,
basically
I see a
dot.
terrible lighting, but
Wait. I can see it.
what do you see?
It's a
I
one
see
of
some-
the
Oh.
female
Side
characters for my fantasy project.
Yeah,
So.
it's a face.
Oh
of a
yeah,
woman.
yeah. You talked about that.
Maybe
what?
if you make it bigger like this, it will.
I can make it bigger.
No,
Yeah, you
just
can
need
make
to-
me full screen.
You don't show it like this, but rather like this.
Yeah,
we
but
can
if
see-
I keep it straight, maybe yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
It's there. It's there.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Jeroen, you have a fantasy project, right?
Yeah, I have two
Yeah.
projects I'm working on. Yes.
Tell us about it, because not many people know about it. Just you and me, a little bit. Maybe, but
Well,
you-
the fantasy project nobody really knows about. Even you don't really know about it yet. So
probably.
I'm still working on writing it. So it, what can I say about it? It's a little bit. I don't know if you know the Aragon books.
Yeah.
With dragons, magic. All
Yeah,
that sort of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And that's fused together with the Skyrim video game. A little bit things like that. It's dragons and quests and all that.
Cool.
It starts out with a young boy who wanders into the woods where a dragon is held captive by evil curse, and then he's going to try and help the last dragon of its kind to get free so it can live on. So but there's a whole lot of adventure and all that surrounding it. But yeah, like I said, I'm still writing a lot about it from it.
So who's the main character?
I don't really have a specific name yet. It's you must think a little bit in the starting points of the Aragon books, with a young boy who meets the dragon and all that, and then he goes on adventure to save that dragon. So
Mhm.
and this girl is
Okay.
going to be someone he connects with and tries to how do I explain that without saying too much? Eventually they team up and they're going to try to save her village, and they make a personal connection to each other that they are going to help. She's going to help him on his quest with things he doesn't really understand because he is still so young. So
Is she older than him, or is she?
yes, she is a young woman and he is a boy from 16, 17 years old.
So they are not getting married.
No.
Uh,
So it's not a happy ending kind of story, probably.
Might be. It's going to be a series, but it probably won't between those two characters. But I'm creating a whole world around it, so it
That's
can
fine.
go every way. So
so maybe tell us a little bit how you build your characters. How do you start, or maybe where do you take your inspiration?
yeah, explaining inspiration is really hard to do.
Is it from movies? Is it from comics or other medium
Or
maybe?
do the characters just pop up in your head, or
Yeah, sometimes yeah, how do you explain that? The story itself is yeah, literally fantasy. So, and yeah, the story in my head started to pull more and more from the game I used to play and TV shows and all that I liked. So yeah, at some point it kind of fused it all together. So it's hard to say where it exactly comes from, because yeah, it wasn't thought out in the beginning with the intention of I'm going to make a book from this.
Yeah, because when you sent that to me, I thought, you know what, this could be. How do you describe it? Very good, like a novel, like a real book, well, only with words. And there's a lot of dialogue in it with a dragon that talks, right? And a
Yeah.
village and
Yeah, but only the boy can hear the dragon because they are connected through the magic. So
cool. And where is the magic
it's not
coming?
that everybody talks with everything. That's the special connection between the dragon and that specific character. So
Right.
it's
Okay.
not like a kids TV show or something that every dragon and every tree and everything can talk with each other or something. It's yeah, it's supposed to make the connection between the dragon and the boy that kind of explains why the boy goes out into the world for that dragon. So
Right.
cool.
Okay. And how long will this book be? Is this a one shot maybe, or is it something
no,
universe?
it's well, at least it's going to be a series, but I'm thinking of trying to make a whole universe around it with possible spin-off stories or yeah, whatever you can make of it. It's yeah, it's literally a world I'm creating on my own in my head. So
Is it something like The Witcher? Did you read The Witcher or play The Witcher?
I've seen the the Netflix show, but that's it.
The Witcher
My man, that's
the
my
characters
man.
only from TV. Read comics.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know it from a very good song, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
you say read comics, but then you come and show me a character that has like this high red boots, like really Puss in the Boots. That's like from I don't know 50s maybe, and you want us to enjoy it when people from our century actually dressed the character and made the character kind of cool and modern looking and put it on in the TV. You know what I'm talking about. Avengers and
yeah.
Yeah.
Yondu and I just remembered Yondu from TV, how he looked on TV and how he looked in the comic, and he was looking funny in the comic.
No. The comic Yondu is perfect. The TV, the movie Yondu is yeah. You know what? Yeah. Because the Yondu is a part of the is I forgot the name. I'm gonna Google it real quick. Why did I forget it?
Yeah, why not?
Uh,
It's there, right? So why not use it?
Yeah, because Marino said, that you're more of a TV characters fan, TV Marvel fan, TV comic fan.
No, I
Guardians of
think
the
he misunderstood a little bit of how I told that to him in that case, because it's more like yeah, the classic American comics and all that. He may have grown up with it, but
Yeah.
I didn't. The Spider-Man that I know was the first 3 movies that were out. The Batman that I know was the movies that came out.
Yeah.
Here in the Netherlands they don't have comic shops and all that, and
Yeah.
Not anymore.
the American comics you have to order them online, and
Yeah.
that
Yeah, totally
Wasn't
true.
the possibility.
the comics we have here, that the few comics we have here, that's literally 6 or 7 ongoing series that have been going on for a very
Yeah.
long time. But yeah, that it's completely different than what Marvel and DC are doing with it. So my introductions to most of those characters were through TV and movies. That I didn't know any better until I learned that they were based on comics. So
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Mhm.
So how does Miriam with you? So you being introduced to Marvel movies, and then you learn there is a comic history behind that.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that I actually got all things comic introduced to me during my university studies because my bachelor's thesis was actually based on making comics because my topic was manga, and to
Yeah.
make this theory part I needed to do some research and study backgrounds and stuff, and then I figured out whoa, so many comics there. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I knew that there were comics based, or the movies were based on comics, like you don't said Spider-Man or Batman, or but you're from Netherlands and I'm from Slovakia, and I mean, even now it's quite difficult to find like a normal shop where you can go and buy a comic.
Yeah.
We do have those, actually we do, but they are still rare. And the second thing is, I really don't think there are that many fans of comic in our country. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, I cannot speak for your country, but in our country as well. I mean, there was some comic conventions, but it's very, yeah, I don't know.
that
It's
was more character based, not specifically on comics. It was more
Yeah,
the characters that people know.
yeah.
yeah,
Here it is manga, comic, and gaming, and all of this, and even literature all together in one place. I've been to such convention, and it was fit in a place that was like kind of small, and but all of these four things in one place. So it was not only comic, it was like Comic Con or something like that.
yeah,
So yeah, man.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's here as well. So yeah, when Jeroen told me that, I was stunned. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm a little bit older, a little bit. And in my time, yeah, there was some local comic shops, and there are no comic shops, as far as I know, in the Netherlands anymore. Yes, you can go to a
Yeah,
how do you?
they say there's still one in Amsterdam, but it must be somewhere in the back street or something, because
Yeah,
I've never heard of it. So
no, no, you're right, and mostly they maybe we talked about that a little bit in another stream. There is almost no new comics or something. That's mostly older stuff. And what I do is I go to an online. It's called Cheap Comics. And you know what I mean.
yes,
And I can there's a Dutch guy who probably runs with one or two other guys, and I always buy trade paperbacks like older stuff, because the newer comics I have to buy them from a an online store in England.
we
And
actually did our very first stream on one of the comics we both bought from
yeah, yeah,
that
it was a great comic as
website.
well. Therefore, Glory.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so Miriam, you made something for me, right?
Yeah,
Because
but I don't have it here, so you need to show it.
yeah, I will in a little bit. I asked Miriam to create a character for me, because that was one of the creators characters that I made on the document that I lost somehow. I cannot find it anywhere. I had a lot of characters, powers, backgrounds, and I asked her to do
Stop
a
searching for it. Maybe you'll find it.
well. Is that how it works? Not searching? Is that how it works?
Somehow I always have. I'm looking for something. I can't find it anywhere, and 3 days later or something, Oh, hey, here it was.
Yeah, well, it very frustrated me because I had a crash on my computer a while ago, so I formatted everything, and I think I deleted the document, but I was so stupid not doing on Google Drive or something.
But
So
be positive about it, because you probably remember the important stuff. The all stuff that wasn't important, you probably forgot. But what's
yeah,
important, and you can start building again from there.
yeah. So there are some characters that I want to throw in there, but also some awesome characters that I actually don't remember anymore, which is contradicting a little bit because how do I know they were awesome if I don't remember it anymore? Okay, let's forget what I said. So I'm going to put a little light here because it's getting dark. So is this working? Yeah, this is working. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for it. I got it here. Go to my profile on Twitter. Darksiders Comics. So give me a second. Here. Where is it? No. I hate going on searching for this on my laptop, but we going there. We coming. We're gonna find it. Oh yeah, here it is. So I'm gonna try to share it. Give me a second. And then you don't give me your thoughts about that.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Share. So this is my Twitter account, and this is the.
You
Can you
should
see it?
probably start with the first one that was without clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first design that Miriam is making, and this is the second. So I asked her to do a female with a black starry skin and white costume that flows. It has, and also has a fin like Yondu, but it has to be transparent, ethereal, etc., etc. So, which one do you like most? Which costume?
Ooh.
Is this the second? This is the first one. Oh, by the way,
I think the first one.
Right. And okay, but before we go into that, what do you like about? Do you like the design and the character as well, or not?
Yeah.
Give me
I
honest-
would like it to have a face. But
Do you have the third pick? The third pick. Show the third pick.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back. That's this one here.
Yeah. Oh, that there's a little bit of an the yeah, the thing on the head. Let's call it the hair for now. It looks a little bit like the
It's a fin.
It's a
yeah,
fin.
a fin from
Savage Dragon.
one of those mermaid movies, those evil mermaids, you know?
No. No. That is not what I had in mind. But it looks to me like Savage Dragon from Image Comics. That was because I was a crossing between the fin of Savage Dragon and Yondu, because I like old school Yondu with the big real red fin, and I'm gonna look for that. Maybe can search for it. Just give me a sec. Yondu, Marvel Comics, and no, not that Yondu. Go away.
Go away.
Yeah,
Can you see it on the right?
in the boots.
Yeah.
This one. It's I really like that. The nice thing is, of the great thing is about the arrow. When he whistles, the arrow can there's a tuning to the whistle, so the arrow's gonna fly in different directions. Also, like in the movie a little bit at last. But this is the Yondu I really like. Look how great the fin looks, very menacing, awesome design. Absolutely, I love it. This is the old school design that I showed you.
Yeah,
with
and this was. Can you get back? Can you get back?
Yeah, wait. This is here. This one, you mean?
Yeah, and that was the question I asked, whether to put these shoulder parts on the first design, probably in some eel form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I like this as well with the shoulder. Well, they are not really pads, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But there's also room for something different.
Because
Um,
because this is the way that actually doesn't go in way of the fin. The fin can be along the back
mhm.
normally without the clothes interfering.
Yes,
No.
we can design a costume that the fin is not interfering with the clothes. Maybe some cut out from the back,
Hmm.
like an evening gown or something with the ladies. That could be cool. We could do that. And can I do our? Is there more here? Let me double check. Going back again, and then going up, up. I say up, up, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay. And well, there's not much difference. Can see it. This is movie Yondu. Movie Yondu. I do not like that one. Here's one as well. See how big that fin is. I really love that. Uh, it's just a very unique character, in my opinion. So this is what I mean with the with the arrow, floating around the enemies and then hitting the target at will. Can I see this as well? No. Well, exactly. What that is my design for this one. So it's based on my character, but I want to also have a starry skin, with stars floating in it. I'm not sure if we're gonna move, try to move it or something, but I love the skin as well. It's great. And so this is one of the designs that I had in mind for a future comic.
You mean moving the stars, that the stars will be moving on the skin?
Yeah, but it's a comic. You cannot, show that off really well because the
You
star.
can. You can.
Yeah. No, tell
Yeah,
me
you
how.
can. Just a sec. Just the crossed one webcomic about an hour ago, and I was like, oh my god, what's that? Just a sec. I need to find it. Yeah. I will share the screen.
Yeah.
And I was just browsing webtoons.
But how do you translate that in the in
Translate what?
well, if it's, I mean, I can believe that if you move the stars about in the body, that you how do you say, could do that in an animation, but how do you do that in comic book form or
Yeah,
with
in
color?
printed form it will be a problem, but I wanted to show you in a web form,
Yeah,
online
sure.
form, electronic form. Okay, so
Hmm.
can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is called Covenant. I really found it just like an hour ago, and it has only 3 episodes so far. But
So this is the webcomic, right?
yeah, it's a web comic, and there is this first episode that goes like really dark. It's tall. It's really made, real well made. Sorry. We It starts with this kind of a priest guy who probably fights the evil. This is the evil woman. We can see her, and he's going to fight her with. If I understood that well, that each fighter has some this tattoo or something
Oh
on the
yeah.
weapon. You can
Hmm.
see chain pattern on it, and there is this handle right
Hmm.
here. So he grabs it, and here you can see
Oh,
the
okay.
animation, and I was like, oh my god, how do you do that?
That's great. I know what you mean, what you're trying to say.
You
Yes.
see, so if you had your character in some kind of page like this, then you can see the stars moving all over her skin.
Yeah.
So
Looks
that would
really
be really
great.
good. Yeah,
This is
so it
also
was.
great for promo. I mean, if you show your character and you do a little bit animation, you can pull this off. This is really good for a promo if you're making a comic. From hey, this
Yeah.
is what a power could look like. If it's standing still, and then you do the animation about the body, the eyes, or whatever feature that you want to show. Maybe maybe a little bit of power, and maybe some glowing eyes or something. I just popping something out of my head. Okay, cool. Right. So, Jeroen, do you have something
Yes.
new as well? Do you read some comics today? Do you have maybe a new character that you designed, or not?
No, I did really read a comic for the 8th time today, but
Oh,
this one I'm releasing the review tonight. So
can you close it a little bit for Nerium?
it's City of Venus, Dead City from Vinny Tartamella.
Mm-hmm.
It's still on Indiegogo as well. So for people who like what they see, check it out, of course.
Oh,
It's Vinny Tartamella has his art looks amazing. I can show you a little bit. I show it in the review itself as well. So
yeah, sure, why not? Otherwise, I can look for pictures that I can share.
Where is it? Yeah, here the city that is floating in
Oh my
Cool.
in the
God.
sky.
Yeah, that's the thing I can't draw. Yeah.
That's this city here is floating in the sky above the grounds where the story is happening, and this is that floating city. So
Cool.
It's really great.
so here is it's floating in the sky,
Yeah.
and this is a
Close-up.
close up.
So the peasants are living downstairs and the rich people are up, right? Something like that.
It basically comes down to it, but it's more like the really rich people and the doctors and all that live in the sky city. You really need to have money, and on the ground there are it's not really zombies, but they are they are people that are experimented on. And they are cast aside because they did not become what those rich people wanted them to be. So that creates a whole world of dangers and all that. And basically, this woman wakes up with she doesn't remember how she got there, who she is, why she's there, and all that. But she has old weaponry on her wrist and all that. So basically, this sets up the story like a zero issue kind of comic that sets up a bigger story for
For some
where she is going to figure out who she is and what's going on. So
It kind of reminds me Alita, if you've seen the movie. Yeah,
Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way. I really love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so the topic is a little bit how to create, a superhero character. So for mine is that I'm a big fan of Legion of Superheroes, but then the older version. Yeah, I'm always coming back to the classics. I'm not sure why. Maybe just I grew up with those comics and with the art as well. But there was a time that those, for me anyway, I can speak only for myself. Those group were, I don't know, this is a group with I want to say kids, but they are not really kids, but younger people, girls and boys, men and women. They possess each one power, mostly, and they coming all from different planets as well. So there's a unison, and from like how to explain that. So there's an agreement that that people have made peace with other planets. And there was also one representative, if I remember it correctly, and they joined the club for the Legion of Superheroes. So each one has a different power. Some has electricity. The other can have a sonic scream. The other one can eat through matter or turn invisible, etc., etc. And other is transparent. So I really like that, and there are also a lot of different storylines and different ethnicities. This Karate Kid, as the name says, can do karate. Invisible Kid can turn invisible, etc. So it's really mere simple names with their own powers. But I just like that, and the costumes as well. It has more like a 70s, 80s vibes. And there was a person on Twitter said, "Hey, this like nice classic 70s, 80s aesthetic." So I said, yeah, this is exactly what I was going for with the character that we designed, and I wanted just to have that, flowy. I'm not sure 70s would be the right word, but I want to have a flowy costume design that represents that era. And I'm not sure if I'm doing the next character in the same style. So let's see what happens. But that is my inspiration, how to make this character. And how's that with you, Neriam? I mean, you made a lot of different characters with your webcomic. How did you come up with those designs and backgrounds? What made you, write and draw these characters?
Yeah, well, for example, Jeroen said that he was doing historical or fantasy, rather fantasy.
Both.
So you're imagining stuff, and you're also doing historical. Yeah, so you need to know a lot of history, and you're doing superhero. So and superhero from 70s maybe. So you also need to know a little bit about it.
Yeah.
I probably went with the safe road and took characters from this age, like nowadays, and I took the inspiration in people around me. Yeah, so mostly we were talking about the looks of the character, but for me, kind of looks doesn't really matter, or maybe not that much, but build the character. So it is a real character, like how does the character react, how does the character respond, so the character won't make any sudden and unexpected reaction or something like that. Comes off like you don't want your character to come off its character.
Yes.
You know what I mean. So that's what probably I based my characters on. I already mentioned earlier that the funny dork from the mini comic I made, the blondie guy who got his ass served to him.
Yeah.
I based him on my bro because I know how my brother reacts to things and how he is, and I've known him for so long, and so I can operate the character in the comic easier, and the looks is kind of a secondary thing for me.
Okay, so it's more like a character, and then the looks is the surrounding that character.
Yeah, but many people told me that this character even looks like him, so
yeah. That's cool.
So
that's cool.
That's important thing for me.
Yeah, so you're going more for the personality, and yeah, okay, I get what you are saying.
Yeah.
Cool. And try to show you my Legion of Superheroes, but it doesn't work really. Every time I want to show a picture that leads me to something else that I don't want to go to. So it's really irritating. Well, Jeroen, your characters is based on real life events, right?
For the World War II comic, it is. For the fantasy is all made up in my head. So
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
No. Yeah,
so,
the crew of the World War II comic I'm working on, that's all based on historical fact, but the characters will also be yeah, made in that style of that time, of course, but
Mhm.
I will have to make them myself because all I have about the story that really happened is, yeah, written information. So this, it's
Yeah.
not like there are pictures or something. So I do have to design the characters myself, but of course, because it's World War II and it's they are a bomber crew and all that. You know the clothing style, you know the uniform, all that. So
Yeah.
you have something to base it on, but you of course have to give every character a face. But that
Yeah.
that's something I still work on, and yeah, we are going to dive into that together as well for
Yeah.
the origin story. So
Yeah. Well, I try to help you with that, of course. Yeah.
this,
So, but well, that is great, of course, because so the backgrounds is already almost established with your story, but now you have to
yes,
create it. But
yeah,
creation is not only the looks and the costumes and powers if you do superhero stuff, but also personalities. And Miriam,
yes.
you said you do that with your brother or your relatives, and that you create that in a character, right? Or
Yeah, yeah. Because for me it was easier because when people read this type of comic I'm making, because my comic is based on relationships and how they evolve and how people behave
Mhm.
during certain situations. It's important that the scene is realistic and believable. So if I in one chapter the character reacts in a way, and suddenly in a second chapter it reacts completely differently, it wouldn't be believable. But for example, for Jurun, it's important to keep the historical facts, because you're doing the historical thing, and I think that's your main goal, probably.
Yes.
So maybe the characters and their personalities and their maybe deep inner feeling is maybe not that much of an importance. I'm not really sure. I don't want to offend. Sorry.
No, it's mostly aimed to tell the story that's happened, but that not really uh, is talked about. So it's basic. Yeah, basically it's all fact. The story itself, but I have to build it, of course, in a way that people are interested to keep reading. But yeah, it is all. Yeah, how do you explain it? The story of the bomber crew is yeah, you everybody that knows where to look can research it themselves. Okay, I have had research for 14 years, but but yeah, the things that I'm building around it are, yeah, local things that happened, things from my family from that time, a little bit. Yeah,
So
it's
because
built up with things that happened here in the Netherlands during that time, but the the basic story is what happened to the bomber crew when they crashed here in the Netherlands. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing. That's your main focus on the event
yes,
in your comic.
yeah,
But in my comic, the main focus is the interaction with the characters. So that's
Yeah.
why their inner feelings and maybe their inner, I don't know how to say it, their personalities are more important for me
Yeah.
yeah,
than the looks, for example. And for example, for you, you are doing kind of a superhero thing, so maybe the looks are even more important because you need to
Yeah.
catch the reader for at the first glance, yeah, with something unique, something eye-catching, something original. So
Yeah. I think.
yeah, and it has, of course, to stand out within the comic itself because
Yeah.
an
Absolutely.
unrecognizable hero is can be
Well,
fun, but it's
if
a
you,
completely different story.
I mean, there's a lot of comics, of course, that resemble other characters from other comics, and there's also with the color swap or maybe similar powers. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you can transform that person into a completely different character, and that people can resonate with. We have, for instance, DC has Superman, and the Marvel has the Sentry, and the Sentry is I call it a Superman-like character, but he has a completely different power set. But he is very strong and has other powers as well. And he is, I believe, schizophrenic, and he has a darker personality. Well, not necessarily personality, but he's a darker entity inside him. So it's totally different than Superman. But when I first saw him in Marvel Comics, I thought, hey, Marvel just copied Superman because, hey, there's a person with a cape. Yes, he's very strong. He's one of the strong characters in the Marvel universe. So that what I saw was a Superman clone, but he is not a Superman clone at all. But he's like what I call a Superman-like character. And that is what I wanted to try to do with my comics. I want to not resemble something that was done before, but more like, hey, this is what I like from that era. And I wanted to do that in my own way, in my own fantasy, that I want to create it on paper. And Nerian, you helped me with that design, and that, it was perfect. I mean, you knocked it out of the park. Yeah, we can do a little bit tweaks at the design, but the base is 100% there. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the story that I had in my head is not, groundbreaking or something. You could say, well, okay, it has been done before, but then
it's yours.
But it's mine. And like you said, it has laboratories, it has powers, it has radiation, it has a little bit of Fantastic Four, maybe. But I wanted to go much further than that. But I'd have to flesh it out, later, because I have like I said, my document is gone, so I have to recreate it. So it's going to take time. But yeah, for when I grew up, I read comics with Jack Kirby, and his visual style was so, well, it's hard to describe in words, but it's very bombastic, dynamic. It was very in your face. It looked like if you can reach out and grab that person from the page. It's very impressive what Jack Kirby did for the time. And when I saw that, it was purely visuals, right? You said you have great character designs with great visualizations and a lot of things going on the outside. And that is how I do my creation as well. I'm going to make a cool-ass character, but at the same time, I want to think, hey, is this personality right for this person, or can I transfer that personality to the next character that I have designed? So I'm going to try to switch it up and not be familiar, like, it's hard to describe what I want to say. Well, like I said, Fantastic Four has the Thing, Ben Grimm. He's lovable, he's great, he's very strong, he's also grumpy. And then we have the Torch, who is more like a
hot-headed.
Well, yeah, he's more fun and outgoing. He's more Frida, and then we have Sue Richards and Mr. Fantastic. The Invisible Woman, or the Invisible Girl at the time, and Mr. Fantastic. And Mr. Fantastic is the smart one, and she is the supporting. Exactly. So there's more family dynamic. I want to recreate that as well, but also with different themes like hardship, maybe depression, maybe loss. I haven't figured that out yet, but I want one of the themes put in there as well, because something happens with the main character that I haven't revealed yet. But this is way in the future, so it doesn't matter if I talk about it now. But that's what I have in my head. I wanted to have the designs ready, and then I'm gonna create the story surrounding it, and also the characters that I had in mind with those the personalities. For those characters. So that's for me important. That is my creative process. I want to create a world, the characters, the designs that I have in my head, and then flesh out the characters individually. Yeah. That's how I do it.
Yeah, about what you said about Superman, and how did you call the second guy?
Mm. The Sentry.
The Sentry, because I found another hero and he's called Hyperion.
Yes,
And
also a
in the
Superman-like
thesis
character.
I was also writing about this great fight these two studios actually had. And I really think they did kind of compete in creating these characters. So I will share the screen once again.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I just found an article about 15 uh, characters that
Oh
aren't
yeah, that's
copies
great.
but
Yeah.
strikingly similar.
Hmm.
So we can see Deathstroke, Deadpool, and but for example, not this. Okay, this quite
Yep.
resembles one another.
Swamp Thing and Man
This
Thing. Yeah,
one,
very similar.
yeah,
Hawkeye and
Green Arrow, Hawkeye, but also, for example, this one, Elongated Man, Mr. Fantastic, yeah,
yeah,
but mostly, yeah, Catwoman and Black Cat.
also
Yeah.
yeah,
So
very
I
similar.
think back at the time they were fighting, not really fighting, but maybe trying to catch the other one still, because you can see the years as well. So
Yeah.
where one studio came with one character, the second studio come with the second later, and vice versa. So I don't think it's necessarily wrong to maybe
No.
get your own inspiration from different people work,
Yeah. Well,
but you should always put something your own into it.
for instance, if you go to the movies or Marvel comics, so Thanos, you know Thanos, of course,
Hmm.
but Thanos is a knockoff of Darkseid. Darkseid came first,
Hmm.
and they well made Thanos after Darkseid. There's some comparisons there. If you can see, mm, it's always if you want to look for it. It's always I want to have a good picture. Just give me a sec. Do you guys know Darkseid, by the way, or not?
Yeah,
It's you, right?
I wish. I wish to have done
and you
that.
don't want to know where I know him from.
Oh, tell me.
Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
entirely true. Uh, so I'm going to share the screen. This is one of the best pictures I could find in a short time. Share screen, and plop, and go, and then we go this one.
hmm
So yeah, well, he is a Darkseid is some kind of demigod who ruled Apocalypse and the planet behind him, and Thanos is a well, he's mad. He's the mad Thanos. He's
Matt
also a great
Titan.
character. Yeah, it's also great talent, a great both great characters. But like you said, they have similar builds. They have similar features. One is very power hungry, and the other one is well, they're both power hungry, but then in completely different ways. There's a lot of different. Oh, there's also a crossover between those guys once upon a time. And I like well, my channel is called Darksiders Comics, but I don't prefer one over the other because I think both characters are really great. But the problem is with Thanos is that everyone knows Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, but he is so much more than just a glove with those powerful stones, because he's very powerful himself. He has a lot of different power sets that hasn't been shown before in the movies, because the stones is what makes him mighty. And so I wish they fleshed him out a little bit more. But hey, it's a movie, so there's also it doesn't matter really.
You say that it's only about the gauntlet, but I actually noticed in the movie the scene that shows his motives, his
Yes,
background.
Yes,
And I think that's the thing that kind of differs the characters Darkseid and
yeah,
Thanos as well,
exactly.
because you need to know the motive of the character, and maybe what background does the character has and have, sorry.
Yeah.
And
Darkseid wants to enslave people because he is also searching for the anti-life equation,
see,
and then Thanos says, wants to. He's in love with Death, the character Death, and he wants to appease her, wants to get in a favor. This is a complete storyline about that. I think it's great. I mean, he's a very nihilistic person, and I love the battle with Thanos in the comics with the original Captain Marvel and the death of Captain Marvel. That comic that the real Captain Marvel died because of cancer. There was a real moment in comics history, and at the last point that when Captain Marvel died in his bed, he goes into in the other side and he battles Thanos, and then he accepts death, that death is coming for him, and that he doesn't need to be afraid, and that he is could be at peace with death as well. So I hope they don't bring him back. But on the other hand, I think the real male Captain Marvel is one of the best characters Marvel ever created. But he is also, in my opinion, has the best death scene in all of comics. It's very realistic because he was at a time battling a villain called Nitro, and Nitro is the person who can explode himself, and he can reassemble his molecules into, well, so that he can, like Sandman. Sandman can drift all over the place and then can reassemble himself as well. And there was a gas canister somewhere, and that was sprung open. And what did Captain Marvel do? He closed the canister with his hands using his superpowers, and he saved a lot of people in that area, a lot of lives. But the gas entered his body, and along the years, he got cancer. And his bands is called the Nega bands, who he can a lot of different things with that. Slow down the cancer process of that, and then he died in an epic comic. It's called The Death of Captain Marvel. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's made by Jim Starlin. It's perfect book. Absolutely, it's a great character. And then he's along with. Do I know another great death scene except for Death of Superman? No, I think Captain Marvel at that time, the real Captain Marvel, I'm going to still say that that was a good death. Well, it's not a real. I'm saying that wrong. It's probably a very painful death, but he died with honor. I was really moved and impressed by that book. Absolutely, that is great characterization. Yeah.
If we are talking about comic death, then I don't know, but the movie death connected with comics, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, Iron Man.
Oh yeah, the Iron Man.
Iron Man death. Yeah, in Endgame, Avengers, like it was really critical moment. I think many people cried in cinemas.
Really?
Yeah, I've been there, and it was like, no, and people started crying, like really, they did.
Wow.
Yeah, and I miss him. I really miss him. He was a great character. I can't say it out loud because it's vulgar.
Well, when it comes to counterparts, like comics and movie, I think Robbie Downey Jr. was indeed the perfect Tony Stark. There's a little bit. Well, that's my criticizing when it comes to Marvel movies. There's too many jokes in there, and every character is a jokester. Even Thor, and Thor isn't even a jokey character or a humoristic character. They made him very humoristic, and it works maybe for the cinemas. But I, as a viewer, and I love old school Thor, and I when I see that for the first time, I say, no, don't make jokes. and they went for it because now every Marvel character is a jokester. I mean, the Hulk is funny, so called. Hawkeye, even Captain America makes quips. But yeah, I had some problems with that.
There's this character that actually doesn't even attempt to be funny, but is probably really funny.
Drax?
Yes, Drax.
Yeah,
Drax.
I love Drax. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Drax is
The
a very
stone
cool
face.
character. Yeah. Do you know how Drax looked before this
No.
alliterations? I'm gonna show you.
No.
I'm gonna Google it. Drax, Marvel Comics. Let's see.
Yeah, if you've seen.
We can just
Game
call
of
this
Thrones-
the Google stream.
Well, why not? I mean, we talk about comics, right? It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna share a screen. Let's do it. You'll be shocked. Share screen. Share screen again.
Oh, wait. I have to wait.
No.
Nothing.
Don't tell me. I need to surprise you, not the other way around. So there was Drax.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Dracula?
No. This is he was more intelligent than, and also stupidly dumb at some point. There is a storyline there that he is he's a Thanos killer. He was created by, I believe, the god Kronos to kill Thanos because Thanos killed his family, and he is except for his daughters called Moondragon, and Thanos is created to specifically kill Thanos, and he succeeded at one point, or maybe multiple. And well, the Thanos you see in the movies are, well, also in the comics, as you can see here. That is how you remember it, probably, with a lot of tattoos, strong. But this version here, it was the dumb version. He fought the Hulk almost to a standstill. It was more buffed up, more brutal, and the original, the real Captain Marvel, my hero, the best Marvel comic superhero it is, in my opinion. But hey, that's me. So we have here Drax as well. Can you cope it? Is this too much for you?
I have a similar picture to what you've shown before. Open just on my next window, and the cape he's wearing. It's
Okay.
It's looking like.
Show it.
It's looking like just a sec.
Show us. Okay, remove.
Yeah,
No,
this
not
pic
remove.
here. You
Do it.
showed the similar one where he's prepared to attack, but this cape, it looks like a theater, curtain.
Yeah.
So, oh my god.
Well, look to the third one on top. That is Adam. Oh no,
This
sorry,
one.
this is the color scheme. I'm sorry, I didn't see that very well.
This one.
Yeah, so you like Jeroen as well. What do you? I believe you like the movie version more than a comic version, right?
I don't know.
Of course not. You didn't read the comics. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we have the movie.
Yeah, by Dave Bautista, an ex-wrestler. He's great. Yeah, absolutely love his
Yeah.
character. Needs to have more screen time. Yeah, he's
But
he's
he's also extraordinary humble, so he doesn't mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So which comic character then do you hate? What is the complete bad ripoff?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? We're still praising comics, but which one do you hate? I hate the female Captain Marvel, but that is not a secret.
I was
really-
going to say that.
Yeah, too late, man. I said it. I have a really disdain for her. Oh, wait. I'm going to show
Well,
you.
at
Okay.
least I hate the Brie Larson Captain
You
Marvel.
mean
but-
Brie Larson?
No. Where's my comic?
But that's mostly because
this
of
one?
her big mouth on social media. So-
No. I was just talking about also the comic one. So this, yeah,
Yeah, I didn't read those comics.
it's terrible. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
I don't care about that character.
no, but she was great, and I'm gonna show you. Well, I'm sure
I do care about
Okay.
the one you had in the corner there, but
Yeah, this is the real Ms. Marvel from the 70s. Can I show you that? Yeah, it's a little bit of glare, sorry. So this character is from the 70s, 80s. It's really great. Can I show you a few pages? Probably, yeah, it's really hard to see.
Make yourself full screen, then we can see it
Yeah,
better.
Oh yeah, let's. Can I do that? Let me show you. How do I do it?
You can do
This
it.
one. Yes. Okay. Let me search for a page, maybe a splash page or something. And now, for instance, this cover. Oh, it's the same one as the. It's the same one.
With a little less glare, so.
Yeah, well, I can do nothing about the glare,
I was
unfortunately.
so familiar.
She has a great costume at the time as well. Very daring at the time. Come on, give me a... Well,
It was easy to come up with the costumes back then because the characters were original.
great
Yeah.
costume with the scarf, and it's more like an origin with the real Captain Marvel. Here it is again. He's so great, man. As he battles the Scorpion, and can I show a cover?
Yeah,
And,
the thing
also,
is that
the dynamic poses I really like. It's great.
Ah,
The vision. Man, comic books were great at the time. Sorry
the
for
thing about female characters, female comic
Yeah.
hero characters is when you say female hero character, the first thing people imagine is woman in swimsuit,
yeah.
like full body swimsuit.
These are just covers I'm showing. Yeah, Deathbird, also a great character from a time. And they changed the costume a little bit because he has an open skin with a belly that's gone now. It's a little bit of shame, and it adds a little bit more dimension. There's nothing to do with the sexiness or something, not in my opinion, but it had it more. I don't know. It just was different. So this is the number one.
Mm-hmm.
So you see here the open belly. Yes, it has more sex appeal, but at the same time, it breaks up the monotony of all the red in the later costume, and like here. See,
yeah.
I love the hair as well, but the scarf is also a nice rendition. I really love old school Miss Marvel. She's also strong, but not as overly super strong as she is now. She's now ridiculously strong. And
No, she's not just strong, she's invincible.
yeah, it's crazy.
Without any training or without any explanation, she just fights and wins everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this book was, I got it for half price. It's called $35, but I got it for half price, and it's definitely worth. This is the complete edition of Ms. Marvel at the time, from that era, brilliantly drawn. And can I show? Yeah, well, I want to show more, but I mean, look at that.
Yeah, it's there.
Great action pose. Oh, my fingers are there.
Yeah.
See, it's great.
Yeah.
So dynamic. Absolutely great. So, Ms. Marvel, Epic Collection, buy it. For those who wanted to see it, just buy it. So yeah, that is talking about characters, right? I mean, characters I hate and characters I love. It's really weird that they made such a great character and they just completely, how do you say, blew it. Don't know what.
Sometimes you make a wrong step.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop.
So, that was my take. So what is your take, Jeroen? Don't say Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know.
What? Well, speaking of
bad ripoff, I don't really know a bad ripoff. Yeah.
Well, maybe let's change the topic a little bit. Maybe
I do.
What do you dislike, or which character do you dislike? Like, say, for in the movies, because you said I just know superheroes because of the movies. You're as well, Miriam. And is there a character that you say, well, this sucks. I mean, I'm not a big fan of why am I forgetting?
I don't know.
Goldfish.
The Archie guy. Why am I forgetting? Hawk. The Archer. Help me. From the Avengers.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't
Hawkeye.
remember his name because I don't care about him.
Hawkeye.
Oh my God.
You
Terrible.
don't like Hawkeye?
No, because like I said, I know Hawkeye from the comics, and this is not Hawkeye from the comics that I know. Yeah, there's another universe, and then he was more rough, more edgy, more deadly. But hey, that's mine because I can talk about what I don't like. But yeah, this I wish they made him more like the real Clint. What was that? Okay, that was my antivirus. Sorry, if you heard the Clint.
Well, I don't really like the rip-off versions where they have to make all the male superheroes into female superheroes because female superheroes have to be more represented. You know that I don't care if a character is male or female or gay or whatever. That if it fits the story, it's okay with me. But you have a Spider-Man, you have an origin story, how he became Spider-Man. You can just make a comic and say, now it's a woman. That infuriates me. You can't just say you build a whole universe on something and then out of the blue, oh, now it's a woman. Oh, yeah. And by the way, she's also gay now. You have to build a story, and if you want a strong female character, make a strong female character. Don't say, "Oh, this is a popular hero. Let's make it female."
Yeah, and also
it doesn't work.
Also black, of course.
Yeah, but
No. Let's not open this topic.
No. Okay.
No, but there's no really a big debate to have about male or female or black or white. That one of the I think it was last year.
Which one?
I don't know which movie it was, but it was also a superhero movie with almost all black people, and it was one of the best movies seen that year.
Black Panther, you mean?
Yes. It's not about the color of the skin or male or female. It's the story itself. The problem that most people have with the changes that Marvel and DC are making at the moment is that they are switching things up for representation. If you make a male character that happens to be black, nobody cares. Yeah, not in a bad way, but nobody cares that it's a black male. People read it because they like it. But if you make a white male somehow a black female for representation's sake, people notice, people say things about it. And that's the problem that's going on right now. It's not that it's a male or a female.
Yeah, that was the exact things that I was struggling with when I was building my characters. I was also discussing this with few people because I put down all of my characters and suddenly I realized, oh my god, all of them are white, and people will hate it, and people start to talk about it. Why didn't you put, for example, I don't know, Asian or black person there? Because it's popular now, and then one friend told me that I'm from Slovakia and we don't have many people like that here. So why put it forcefully there?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit.
Yeah, but you have these comics or movies that they are built on a certain story, and like for example the Spider-Man that I just named, that you have this story built up from the movies, the comics. He gets bit by a spider, but somehow apparently a black male and a white female have to have found that same spider somewhere or something. And there's no explanation to just change it because you want to represent something.
But it doesn't make it unique anymore because there are, I don't know, people in Iron Man costumes. Pepper Potts has now an Iron Man costume. In the storyline, Black Cat has a temporary Iron Man costume. A lot of other people have Iron Man costumes. There's a lot of Spider men and females around. There's Silk. There is Miles Morales. There is Bane. No, it's not Bane, but Kane is also Spider-Man. You have Ben Reilly, and then we have Spider-Woman, and I probably forgot one or two as well, or more. And then we have, of course, a lot of not a lot of Wolverines, but Wolverine-like characters. I can live with that because there's Wild Child, there's Sabretooth, there's Wolverine, there is the X-23, who was the female Wolverine. Probably forgetting something more. And then we have now a couple of Hulks as well. A lot of Hulks, or Hulk-like characters. And
yeah, but that's the problem. The Hulk is a freak of nature. It's an experiment gone wrong. You can't just make 100 of these and just say, yeah, it just is, and now shut up. You have to explain it if you want to build on it.
That's the background of the character, the history.
Yeah. There's too many same characters that doesn't make it you. I mean, for instance, Thor. Everyone can hold the hammer now. If I'm reading the comics now,
but Thor is a very big problem in my eyes anyway, because Thor is supposed to be the son of a god. So you can't just say now we have Thor is dead and now we have a female Thor. Thor is the son of God. It's built on mythology. You can't just say now it's a woman and
Captain America is worthy. Jane Foster is they're making a movie about it, about a female Thor now.
Yeah,
and lift the hammer. A lot of other people lift the hammer because suddenly Thor Odin's son is not a name anymore. It's a title, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, Thor Odin's son is Thor, from the Norse mythology. And now you said, oh, well, if you can lift it, then you are Thor. It's the same if you have an Iron Man costume, then you are Iron Man. And if you have bitten by a radioactive spider, then you are Spider-Man. No, it's bullshit. It's completely bullshit.
And the thing is with Batman, that's a whole different story. Look, you have a female Batwoman series on TV. I don't know if there are comics about it or something, but that's explainable. It's a human being putting on a suit. But if you have Thor is the son of a god, and you have Spider-Man is one person having a freak accident by getting bit by a special spider that died right after. Yeah, it's all these unexplainable things that can happen only once. You can't keep making new things with it. A Batman suit is just a suit, and it's the technology he uses. And the Batwoman can use the same suit and technology. Yeah, there doesn't really have to be an explanation other than she knew about it or she's a descendant or whatever. But it's explainable. But a female Thor is an impossibility because that woman can't be the son of Odin. No, the one son of Odin.
That's why I think this comic superhero topic, or making a comic about superhero nowadays, it's pretty difficult because you might think that maybe all of the possibilities were taken already. So you either come with a great background, great history, great story, great something else. You know what I mean.
Yeah, but the problem is people try to use what they know works. People are afraid to come with new things. Because when you look in Comicsgate, we introduced you a little bit last time you were talking with us. Mm-hmm. You have several people who create superheroes out of nowhere. Look at the Peregrine story. That it's a completely self-made new superhero story. There are more than enough ways to create something like that, but people within Marvel and DC are all working out on the same end for things they know work. They don't take risks anymore. They just reuse, and then if people say they don't like it, you're a racist or a sexist.
Yeah.
I want to show you an example of a superhero comic, and it's not a comic; it's a manga. But then it worked really well,
Okay.
and
Show it.
and I bet you know it.
Okay.
So
To
this
the
is a
stream. Oh, One Punch Man. Yes.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think this was unique idea, really unique idea. I know it's made unrealistically because no matter how hard you train, how no matter how hard you work out, you won't be able to I don't know send someone flying kilometers away with one punch. So it was made into a joke maybe, or I don't know, but
Hmm.
this was a really good way of how to come up with something maybe original
Yeah.
and how to entertain people.
Yeah,
Yes.
sometimes a joke works better than something that people worked on for years. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I have to point that out as well because there was in a early. Oh yeah, I'm going to show it when we come a little bit back to 4, a little bit just for a moment, but I have to share it because when it comes to the hammer, okay, screen share. This is a picture from one of the earliest comics of 4. And then we go to, is this one? No, here. As you can see, whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of 4. So yeah, so there's a little bit shenanigans about that because he said the legendary god of thunder, the mightiest warrior of all mythology. This is his hammer, and I am 4. So that means that, well, this is the original 4, but there is a mythology. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're good.
There's something going on here. Mythological. Is that his? Yeah, mythological. That's how he said. I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I want to say anymore, but let's forget what I did. There is also a female 4 from that time. Here. What if Jane Foster, this is a what if story, found the hammer of 4? But it is a what if, so that is not set in stone. So that was a fun take, and she called herself For This instead of 4. So I wouldn't mind if 4, just like Beta Ray Bill, who has also 4 like powers, but they gave him another hammer, Beta Ray Bill, and they call him also different. They call him Beta Ray Bill and his hammer called Stormbreaker. So if Jane Foster became A4, just name her For This with another hammer or a completely other name, but just don't name her 4. It's completely, in my opinion, an insult. But yeah, it's ridiculous that the House of Ideas, which is Marvel, cannot come up with new and good ideas anymore, and that's a shame. And yeah, that's when it comes to characterization and character building. There's so much going on. If I can make a completely new character with this and what I showed you, where's my drawing, and you as well, Jeroen, and of course Miriam as well. If you can create completely new characters with new backgrounds, and even if they are similar to a little bit in the other, that doesn't matter. What matters is that you can create a completely new character that people can get invested in instead of the same character with a different color scheme and with similar behavior. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Yeah,
And
I read
because
it even somewhere in some article about how to build characters, that many people tend to do this thing that they borrow a character from a universe and
Mhm.
try to fit it into their story instead of trying to create the character and fit it into the story from the very beginning.
Yes, because this is my This is my character that I created, and you draw it, Miriam. And this hasn't been done before, in not as far as I know. I mean, this character is completely unique. It has a starry skin. The only thing that is similar is the fin that looks like Yondu, but it also has the some webbing in there, like the Savage Dragon. So I mixed it up a little bit, creating a completely new character with new design and different costume. Sure, the costume can be say, well, this character has the same costume, but yeah, you can do so much with costumes. But then I cannot zoom it in, unfortunately. But you made a something eels, magical eels, or no, Miriam, maybe you can explain it better. What did you do with the shoulder pads and something with eels? You say?
Yeah, because you said that she was supposed to have this electricity power like
Yes.
electric eels have. So I wanted to imply that maybe to hide this decoration in there, like electric eels. But then again, electric eels, to draw an electric eel, it would look more like a snake, and that might confuse people. So I will need to think a little bit about it. And you
Yeah.
also said that you were considering this electricity power. So
Yeah.
maybe
So
we'll come back to the drawing table from the very scratch. So
yeah, I wanted to consider at first, because he has, maybe powers like an eel, so electricity, but electricity it has been done before with a lot of comics, and there's nothing wrong with that with electric powers, but I wanted to change it up. Maybe I'm giving her aquatic powers, and with aquatic powers is manipulation of the molecules of water. You can say, of course, that has also been done before, but you can do a lot with manipulation of molecules with water particles. Instead of shooting lightning bolts out of your hands or out of your fin, because Storm from Marvel has electric powers. Thor can summoning lightning, etc., and a lot of other heroes and heroines and villains who can summon lightning. Water manipulation, well, not so much. There's
Aquaman.
some villains there like Hydro Man, but he uses the same power like Sandman, blasting water spouts. That's not what I want trying to do. So I'm not sure if I go there with the water, but I do want to
It
do
kind of
something with.
reminds me of the last Airbender, if you know that one.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
seen it, by the way. I only know it from
Which
name.
one, the TV show or the movie?
Doesn't matter. The one that bends the water.
That is not for me. No.
Yeah.
And
You said that she had this ability with her fin that can grow and that can shape and that
yes,
can be a shield, or maybe it can be a weapon. So why don't you work with that? Because that's really awesome, and I think that no one used this before.
absolutely.
Why to make it only a shield? It can be weapon, because you
Yes,
can see those long bones, like long, like
yeah,
strike someone or something like that
yeah,
if you want.
exactly. Because what I wanted to do is extend that fin into a much larger, just like we did in the beginning of the stream with Yandu, who has a very big fin. But that fin is just his, well, part of his being. But I want to extend this fin a lot, and then yes, use it maybe as a shield or maybe in a weapon kind of way. I mean, because a lot of enemies, you're battling enemies from the front, but there's also scenes that you cannot predict, like people attack you from behind, and could be maybe an secondary power for people who want to attack her from behind, defending herself, but also attacking out of nowhere. There's a lot to do with it, and I can do with this. I mean, and I have some great ideas, but I have to, put it on paper a little bit. But yeah, this is. I really love this character, and I cannot praise you enough, Miriam, for making this one. It's absolutely beautiful, and I can see the possibilities here. Absolutely.
You can also put fins on the arms that when she holds the arms in a specific way that she can glide on the air.
I was so
Hmm.
I was so battling this idea. Like put the fins somewhere around here, the same type of things.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe use it to attack or something like that. It would be
Yeah.
really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it has been done before. Not as far as I know. It's been done, but I have to. People, help me out.
But that would really imply that it's aquatic form.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I wanted to go with the aquatic thing because her fin can be seen as aquatic, but also as reptilian.
Yeah.
Because reptiles has the same fin-like anatomy as well. So I'm just juggling with that thought. Should I go with the aquatic or with the other one, or I do a mix of both? That could be also as well. Yeah, I don't want it to be like animal themed all the time, like Spider-Man and Wolverine and something like that, like Batman is all animal themed. I want to change it up a little bit, but I haven't figured it out yet. But like I said, the characters come first, and then I'm gonna talk about or create power sets that fits the character, and then I'm gonna create a story around them. But this is a great way to start, and I really love it. Hope that people love it too who watch this, and also on Twitter because I shared it here.
By the way,
so
have you seen Jurassic Park?
Yes, all of them.
Every one of them.
Yeah, the first one, when the fat guy tries to run away, he crashes the car.
Oh yeah.
And then, yeah, what if
Yes.
he could actually flop that thing?
So like a lizard thing. Okay, that could be that could work. Okay.
Flop the fin and
One of the latest movies uses that as well as an hologram. When the raptor is following them, they push an hologram.
Yeah.
Yes,
Or maybe I'm gonna if this is the fin, I'm gonna make two of them. The two of them come out of the head instead of one.
No, that's not what I was thinking. Yeah, it's the movement. Like the dinosaur could flop it. you know? Like she could have it in a
an aggressive combat stance. Yes.
And then when she's attacked, then it suddenly raises up and attack mode.
Yeah, that's a great one. Like a mid transformation. Yeah.
Or maybe it's stuck together, and at certain reactions, then it flips apart. So
yeah,
there's a lot of possibilities there. So that is what it comes to character creation. I mean, you create something when it comes to maybe design, or maybe when it comes to personalities, and you create the character around that. And like you are doing, Miriam, and you also, Jeroen, a little bit. There's so many different ways you can tackle how to make a character, right? And when you spar with people, just like we are doing now, you can come up with a lot of new ideas that you can say, hey, wow, that hasn't been done before. I haven't thought about this. And that is what I like about creating characters, because you can do so much different instead of, going what Marvel did a little bit with Safe Space and Snowflake. And God. And
please don't talk about that.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, Miriam? You know what that is? Safe Space.
We need a safe space from Safe Space.
I'm gonna spare you the details off stream. I'm gonna inform you a little bit, and you're gonna puke there behind your screen. No, I'm just kidding. But
you're gonna run away crying.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
The death of comics.
Yeah. I mean, that's what graced me the most. I mean, I loved Marvel when I was young, and DC as well. But they turned in something, hey, we don't have ideas anymore, so we make the same characters in a different jackets, but they are proteges or...
Yeah, let's make something that ticks as many boxes as we need this year, and everybody who doesn't like it is racist. Bye.
Yeah, bye. No, that's why comics are dying, mainstream comics.
Yeah,
so,
if you don't like it, shut up.
Yeah, but I disagree.
That's Marvel and DC right now.
We're not a crowdfunding. But hey, let's wrap it up, guys and girls. So there was fun, the brainstorming and character creation. It's great. So do you guys want to add before we wrap it up and close it down? the stream?
No.
Yeah, you two guys were showing up comics, and I have a T-shirt to show you, and
Oh.
you have a homework to figure out which comic or anime is it from. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oya, oyayo, oyayo, oyayo.
Yeah, my favorite T-shirt and currently my favorite anime.
Wait. Oh, so this is an anime. Wait.
Yes, it's anime.
Well, I don't. Well,
It
I
doesn't
watch.
ring a bell for me, but
No, I have to be. Maybe. Can you show it again?
Okay. Because you want me to get into comic, and I want you to get into manga. A bit.
Hey, I read Berserk. Berserk is manga. Berserk is great.
yeah, and you have Battle Maiden. Come on.
Yeah, by Kyung Lee, by the way. He was also great on Indiegogo.
I bet many people know
promotion.
this T-shirt because it's a famous scene and it's a really funny scene.
Oh yeah, oyayo. No, you have to help me out.
Oya.
I'm
It's
blanking.
just Oya repeating. Oya, and Oya. It's like huh? Like three people come into the room,
Oh, yeah.
or three people in the room, and suddenly you go, "Hey, you there! Hey! I'm gonna show
Hey.
you. It's easy to show you." Okay.
Yeah,
gonna
show me
show
because
you.
I'm curious.
I really love this scene, and when I figured out they had a T-shirt for it, I had to get it.
I love it so much that we all have the same train of thoughts when it comes to comics, but also different tastes about comics. It's what I really love. I mean, it's great.
Okay, showing. Okay, the anime is called Haikyuu, and it's a volleyball
Oh.
anime.
Okay.
Billy Tucci is also working on a
I don't
Haikyuu
know
comic.
if you could hear it.
No,
No.
you have to share with audio first.
Okay, how do I do that?
You have to cancel the share screen right now. Then
Okay.
you do share screen again, and in the bottom left corner, you have
I
to
can
tick
see
the
it,
box
okay.
share audio.
Okay, so here we go again.
So this is short animation that we are seeing now, or
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna share it right now. Yes, go.
Okay.
おやおやおやおやおやおや
And that's it, yeah. Because they suddenly see him there and they all come to invite him for a training.
Ah, some kind of meme is this? Okay, cool.
Oh.
Okay.
I wouldn't know that because no.
Yeah, I
But-
really love this anime because it's really, really funny, but it also gives a lot of theory and fundamentals about volleyball.
Yeah.
So,
And then yeah, well, you of course you watch a lot of anime that that you needed for you creating your own character, right?
yeah, but I try to go somewhere in between, to make it as real as possible, but
Yeah.
not to go too manga-ish and not to go Western-ish. So
Okay, so it's a crossbreed, there's something in between, a mix.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Well, what you are created is really cool. I'm gonna share it in the stream as well later in the comments below. Gonna put it in the link. So yeah, let's wrap it up. For the person who watches, thank you for staying and watch your stream. It's been a blast. And Niriam, thank you as always. You don't always. Thanks for coming back and talk about comics. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.